feeling stuck. Let's get uncomfortable.
What's up, uncomfortable?
What's up? We are back at it again
with another video.
Yes. Today we got special guests for you guys. We got two of my siblings. They're twins, even though she looks like me. And just to tell you guys, I'm not Jay's mom. Like, it's just part of the name because I am a mom, but not Jay's mom. Even though I could say I am Jay's mom.
But, you know, it is what it is.
Because Jay looks like a 12-year-old, but he is an adult.
Anyway. So we got, you know, the package deal of twins. We got our boy Jerry over here.
I came out from the womb.
And then we got his twin sister, Jenny Boom Boom.
Hello, everyone.
Not Jenny Boom Boom. Dang. I think they used to call her that at one point.
Yes.
But
Jenny from the block.
And our girl Jenny also has her own podcast, so tell us about that.
So, I am a part of a brand / podcast named Note to Self. We are a community-rooted brand grounded in the power of storytelling, self-awareness, and truth-telling. Okay. And we create spaces both online and in person where we pass down solutions and disrupt harmful cycles.
All right, now y'all heard that. Y'all go follow my girl.
And that's NTS, right?
Our Instagram is at nts.audio. Mm-hmm. And you can find us on Facebook under Note to Self.
Yes.
Breaking generational.
And they have,
curses.
I could say, they have, what's the word I'm looking for? Grew. They have grew a lot. Mm-hmm. Compared to us, we're just babies still.
We're still growing podcast-wise, but yes. We've had a couple of events within the community of New London. We are New London-based, by the way. Just wanted to put that out there.
I mean, we're New Haven-based over here, y'all.
We're in Connecticut, just in case. But yeah, so make sure you follow them, follow us, continue to follow, continue to hit them likes, and let's get into it.
Today's topic is, are you toxic? I know you toxic. I know you toxic, and I know
definitely
you toxic.
Hell no, I'm not.
We was just talking about have you cheated, and you told me you cheated twice. So
I told you I am a reformed hoe. I said what I said. I'm no longer that person.
You're redeemed.
I'm redeemed by Jesus.
So before we start asking the questions, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of info
from Cat O.
Subtle signs of a toxic person. And if you guys have those signs or know people of those signs or want to say something, you could hop on and say it. So subtle signs of a toxic person, it says excessive drama. I know a lot of people with that. Especially them Scorpio. No, what's that?
Especially love and hip hop.
Loving
that. Oh my God.
Love and hip hop.
Now the people who be deep rooted in baddies,
baddies.
We need to have a conversation.
I
y'all.
feel like
the
all
flavor
of
of love.
Stop, because I love me some Flavor Flav. That's what I'm about to be following.
Well,
yeah, but that was the start of it all. But then if you want to go even further back, you got the Real World. Room Raiders.
You know what we
need? Room Raiders.
a lot of shows where exploitation was involved.
Yes, that's what it's about because that's how they attract us. I guess we do like toxic.
So,
Dr. Phil?
Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil's hella toxic, yo.
Nah, my toxicness was Maury and Jerry Springer. What you mean? I was like 8 talking about, let's get into it.
Yo.
Dang, no.
Finding out if you were the father now or Maury.
You ever see the ones with the midgets?
Sorry, yeah. Little people.
My fault, little people. It'd be like the little people and there'd be someone like tall. And I'd be like...
Inclusiveness is key.
Dang.
Clock it.
She didn't mean to, you know.
Okay, so the next one it says, a toxic person takes more than they can give. That's another toxic trait. A person that takes more than they can give. We got Jason that finally showed up.
I'll be in and out.
Jason's just here for the fun of it. Another toxic trait is constantly competing with you. Do you guys know people like this? Have you experienced that? Because I know I haven't.
Does it have to be like the opposite sex?
Luckily,
Like
I
a
haven't.
family or
No.
a
I
friend?
don't think
No,
It could be in
all
general.
around.
Like, have you met a person that ever competed with you, or you felt like was trying
Or
to
even
compete with you?
subconsciously, you know.
Hell yeah.
Not really.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us about it.
I mean, it starts with the cousins, you know, like, us being guys, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, me personally, I have the ability to root, for people, I got that in me, but, some of them was player hating, you know what I mean? Some of them be player hating.
It also starts from your aunts too, like when you they be comparing.
I
you to
inherited my
cousins.
mom's beef, you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
inherited my mom's beef, so like, yeah,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. It's like your family.
it's like you go through that,
stuff.
and just
No,
being,
yeah.
just being with the guys, like,
I feel like guys experience it more. You might experience it too in the community. The LGBTQ
No, yeah,
community.
definitely. There's like I said, this is funny that you said that. So somebody that I was in an old group chat with, who is also trans, but I don't want to say like underdeveloped, but he got kicked out of a group because he wasn't an admin of some other group, and I had seen him page watching my junk, so I was like, yo, why you watching me? So he takes pictures of my videos and stuff off of TikTok. It was like, oh, you trying to be tough. Now you got top surgery, da-da-da. I was like, bro, I ain't going to be a hater. But I was like, it seems like you mad. I got something you want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I look better than you. But I was like, you're weird for that. So
Yeah.
I was like, it is. There's trans hate. There's like, even when I was like a stud, like you couldn't be friends with other studs because like, competition. I'm like, bitch, I just want to be your friend.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care.
And it shouldn't be like that. Like some people.
Like, I'm friendly as fuck, too. I'll be making friends with everybody. Like, I'll be in the bathroom. Everybody want to be my friend.
I feel like I never, at least if I ever experienced it, or if somebody was ever trying to be like that with me, I never noticed,
Right.
to be honest.
Because Cat be in the clouds, low-key.
Not necessarily that. It's just, I don't have the time of day for that stuff, so.
Cat be
Yeah.
like,
And just because I'm not that person to be sitting here trying to compete with other people either, so.
and that's on purpose.
We don't got time for that. What about you?
Nope.
No.
No,
I mean, I think it's the same like you said. Like, if there was a person, I never noticed.
Yeah.
Never noticed.
The next one is making you feel bad for setting boundaries.
Oh,
That's a big
hell
one.
yeah.
Probably.
Hell
Yeah.
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 Hell yeah. Like, they start gaslighting you because it's like, they start gaslighting you, but like, you wasn't there for me, or I was a good friend for you. I'm like, realistically, you are toxic. And like, once you slowly realize, like, you're being conformed to their toxicness, you be like, fuck am I doing? Like, with the thing with my friend, like, ex-friend, where, like, she had me watching, like, her ex-baby dad. I'm like, yo, what am I doing? And then it be to the point that she wouldn't even, like,
You're almost enabling and don't even
like,
realize.
yeah, and I'm like, to the point is, like, she would ask me, and, like, I'll open my message and, like, leave it for 20 minutes and be like, oh, no. Nothing was said. Because it was every day. I was like,
I think we come from a generation of parents that also didn't understand the word boundaries because they were never explained that. So it's like we got to experience that with even our own parents too. Where it's like, I remember my mom, like, one time when I started dating, like, I remember she got mad. I don't know if you guys remember this. Because I wanted to go on a date with my partner by myself. We were going to the movies. And she was like, oh, because at first we used to invite her, and then this day we didn't. And I'm like, you really mad because you go to the movie? Like, what? It was just like, stuff like that. Or like, it's like setting, but because of having, because of her ways in a sense, it became hard for me to put boundaries on people as well. So it's like when I did go, if I do experience certain situations, even still, like, it's hard for me to say no, or
because it makes you
Or
feel,
have-
it makes you
or
feel
let
bad.
people-
or let the person know how I
tendencies.
feel,
Right.
So yeah,
And it kind of makes you feel bad, like, when you said it, and it's like damn, am I the drama?
Right.
exactly.
But setting boundaries is really hard, honestly.
It is. It is.
Very hard.
But it's
Especially
also hard,
at our
like I
age.
said, because we weren't taught to do it, and we had a mom, at least you guys probably didn't experience this, but I felt like mommy was the type that she kind of made you feel bad for not doing something. And so
Yeah.
I experienced that with her a lot too. It was almost like, not in a, like, it was almost like in a nice way that she would kind of like come off and say it. Like,
But you can feel
but
the energy.
you'd be like, you know, when your kid makes you, like, when a kid makes you feel bad for not giving them the candy, like that. Like, something stupid. Like,
Yeah, I don't think I experienced it because I was a goody two shoes and I listened to everything my mama told me to do. Like,
I mean, if anything,
but I could see that.
yeah.
revolving around that topic, like I think a lot of people have that problem. What was the question?
Setting, so a toxic trait of a person was making you feel bad for setting boundaries.
Yeah, so like,
all
you know,
experienced that. Here.
like one thing I've always understood but couldn't put into words was that you're always gonna be what's convenient to the person's narrative. You know what I mean? Like, you could do all this stuff for that person. You could have done a million things in one for that person, but when it's convenient for them, now you didn't do anything for them. You know what I mean? Like let's say a breakup, right? When you break up with someone, most of the times you never have anything good to say about that person, and the heat of the moment, despite everything that you did for that person, everything that person did for you.
You ain't do nothing for
So like, you know what I mean? Like I think you know, that topic or that aspect shows up in many different ways. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
I feel like I definitely experienced that, like with people I dealt with romantically, where I try to set boundaries and they make me feel bad for it.
Oh, definitely, I
Yeah.
experienced that.
Yeah, in the relationships, you see it a lot. And I think that's actually one of the biggest problems that I think is still like a really big problem in relationships, is that people want the cute stuff
but they don't want
to
deal
stick
with
around.
the
But
stuff.
then when it's like, okay, hey, look, like, we're spending too much time together, you know, like, let me do my own thing. You know, like let's say, for example, like, one of the most common things that at least a guy goes through a lot is the video games. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, and the girls.
I can understand, right? So, like, if you're not paying attention to your girl at all, like, you're just constantly on the video games and you're not tending to your person, come on, bro. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? But at the same time, it's like, with some people, they get bothered by that person being at peace. You know what I mean? Like, it bothers them that
Yeah, and
person
that's-
is
and that's
doing
your you
something
time.
without you contributing to that.
Right.
Yeah, because
You
there's
know
some
what I mean?
people that, and that's a toxic trait right there. The people that get in a relationship, especially girls, that get in those relationship with the dudes nowadays that play video games or whatever, or hang with their friends even, and it's like they don't know how to separate themselves from their partner. It's almost like they want to be glued to the
Like,
the
I like
person,
to be glued,
like,
but not like that. Like,
just put me inside your shirt type of thing. Like, you can't be with a person and just that person be just about you 24/7. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's the toxic trait right there. I mean, I don't know what you would word that as
No,
for a
it-
person
It's
itself.
called codependency.
Yeah, the
and-
codependency.
But also, those type of people
Oh my
also
God,
have
it's mad
avoidant
annoying.
attachment issues too. The ones
But
that like to
see,
be
you gotta
up under
fix
you,
that before you get in a relationship, because
You know what? Anxious attachment.
that's what it
Anxious
is.
attachment.
Is that because that's literally what my ex was like. We did pretty much everything together. Yes, we had our times, but I realized once I think she started feeling for me, she was like, "Oh no, you're too good for me." Like, she was like, "It's not you, it's me" type of vibe. But
Which
it was
is
like
a pathetic.
yeah, but it's like what it really was. I think is she couldn't like let her mind like get her to the point. If mind you, it was only 3 months. Like I'm not about to bust the ring out on you. I mean, at least not this one. But so what that one was is like she liked me. Like the relationship was cool. Like we vibed, we matched together. But I think once she realized like part of her has to hit that next step, she was like,
I don't got it.
what am I supposed to do with that? And it's like, shorty, you know you got it in you, but I think because she also experienced toxic behaviors in her past, she kind of brought it to ours. And then I'm like, girl, like, if we had talked about something, she would bring it up. And I'm like, girl, we just talked about this 5 times in the first 4 weeks already.
yeah, like,
So it was like, she was like trying to like get me to say something that I didn't want to say. Like, I've like I'm a talker. When I'm with somebody, like, I'll communicate. And I feel like she was trying to overly get me to communicate about something that she wanted to hear for herself. Mm-hmm. And I was like...
But was it something that she wanted to hear that wasn't there?
I like what it...
Or
which
you
I
wasn't
thought
ready
it was,
to talk about?
So, no, I'm willing to talk. But I think what it was is... I think she wanted... You know how, like... Hey, I love you guys. Women want a specific way they want an answer.
They want it that way because I'm not saying all. I'm not gonna say all.
But some of them want.
I'm
like,
laughing because I know what you're talking about.
It's like, say like, okay,
say it with your chest. No.
Right, say it with your chest. It's like, oh, like, so where was you last night, babe? Like, I was doing something. Okay, she asked you 2 more weeks later. So, babe, what would you really do? And you like, all right, babe, being honest, I was at the gym with the boys. She'll ask you again. So what was you really doing? And she's like, she's digging for information that, like, I was like, I'm giving you, what the fuck you want?
But see, that's also a toxic trait right there, because it's like you're digging for. So that's what I mean when I asked you that question, because it almost sounds like you're saying she was asking you something that there was nothing else to say about.
Right.
Almost like she wanted...
projecting her insecurity.
Yeah,
that's
like
what
she
it was.
wanted an answer that you was not going to give her because it wasn't there to give.
Yeah, so, and it's like, then I noticed that, and I'm like, bro, we talking about the same conversation. And once I brought up love. Because I'm like, you know, what you think about love? I'm always going to ask somebody what you think about marriage, love, anything like that. And I think that kind of scared her. And I'm like, Shorty, I promise you, I'm not about to bust out the I love yous. I promise. So I think that's what kind of like made her jumpy and was like, made her overthink and stuff. And I'm like, girl, if you didn't break up with me at your house, like you waited, like she waited a week to break up with me because she couldn't do it.
Yeah, and that's like, I be calling that trauma dumping. Like a lot of people... And I've recently experienced this. So there was this girl, right? Mm. I was talking to her, you know, and I made it clear to her too. Look, I like you,
right?
Know? I like you, and I know what I want out of this. But you know, I know that you're not on the same page as me right now. You know, like I know that you're not ready to be in a relationship. So I'm gonna let you do you, but I'm just letting you know how I feel.
Right.
And she tried to make it a point to like. Say like, oh, you know, like it's just funny how you say this and you do that, and
but your actions not meeting that or whatever, some crazy.
Yeah,
shit.
so she'll give me shit about but you know you're interacting with other women and you're doing this and you're doing that, and I'm like, you know, like, but you don't want to be in a relationship, like you can't expect me
you're
to
not
wait
be
around.
Exclusive to someone
I can't be exclusive to someone.
Ask for relationship stuff if you don't want to. Do the work to be in a relationship.
Yeah,
I'm not about to hit you with the good mornings. I'm not about to ask you if you ate.
So she wanted you to be just about her.
Yeah.
When she
didn't want to be committed.
While she's still figuring out or deciding if, okay, like maybe I will give him a chance. Like, you know, like that's not practical and that's not realistic. You know what I mean? Like it's one thing of, okay, me and you are talking and me and you are like, yo, I like you, you like me. Then you're going to put in the work to show that person, yo, like, look, I'm serious about you. But if you're not even on that level, why do you want me to be for you when you're not even for me? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And another toxic thing is where people know that they're not and still force themselves into that relationship. Like where they're like, I don't want a relationship, but like, I mean, this person's giving me attention, so why not? And then once, you know, things for one person goes good, the other person's like, damn, I should have like not did this. Now you arguing because you know that you didn't want this.
Yeah.
So now you're projecting and gaslighting me because you didn't want it.
And that was going to be the next sign, gaslighting. Gaslighting is a big one. Especially...
Don't even get me started with the gaslighting.
Especially nowadays.
The amount of times I've been gaslighted, I should be rich. If I had $1 anytime I've been gaslighted by these men, I would be so rich. Like, it's actually
my house
sick.
Could be next to your house.
It's so sick, bro.
We'll be right next to. We're gonna be on the same block.
We're gonna be on Gaslight Lane.
What would you say was a situation where you was gaslighted?
Somebody else go first. I gotta think.
Jerry.
I mean, I could say I've been through it. You know, like people making you feel like, you know, like at least with me, I feel like one thing that's always been common is people have always made me feel like, you know, what I'm feeling is not that big of a deal. Mm-hmm. You know, oh, you'll be all right. You know what I mean? Like, Like I'm like or I'm wilding out and I'm wilding out because I'm crazy, and you know like
that person provoked you or something.
When it's like, hold on, like but how do you expect me to react when like you're taking me out of my element? Like you're the one
that brought me to this,
bringing this reaction out of me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you
exactly.
You can't poke a bear with a stick and then be like, oh my god, like look at the bear, look the bear's attacking me. Like you poke the bear with a stick. You know what I mean? Like you can't just be like surprised that I'm like this and like that when you did what you did or you said what you said. It's kind of like let's say if you ask someone out on a date and that person says yes, right? Mm. And then that person stood you up. You know what I mean? Or that person ghosts you. Like, because now that's common, ghosting. Like, when they ghost you and then they're like, oh, but I don't owe you an explanation. You hurt my feelings. You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean? Like, you...
Especially if that person
we made a connection
first.
Or we made an interaction and, we got to a certain point and now all of a sudden you just stop talking to me. And I'm the one that's tripping, you know what I mean? Like, no, you hurt my feelings. Right. That doesn't mean you have to be like, oh yeah, let me give that person a chance.
You don't gotta be
But if you don't want to,
at least like take some accountability. Like,
but if you don't want to be with someone, be like, hey, look, I don't want to be with you.
Like, hey,
and I spoke about it a little bit in the last podcast, How to Catch a Cheater, when I spoke about my one of the times I was cheated on, the craziest time. So same thing, like, being with a person and being kind of like put as you're the crazy one for your reaction over something.
Right.
Or, you going through the same, I've been through a situation before too, where it was like going through the same thing over and over with this person. And then you get to the point where you're like done. And then they're like, oh, but, like almost like that wasn't even that serious. Like,
that is
or you gaslighting, or not necessarily that, or you should, like Jerry said, you should let it go. Like your feelings aren't being validated at this point, so it's like, and they put you like you crazy. Like, why are you still talking about the topic? I wouldn't be talking about the topic if it wasn't.
If it didn't bother me,
exactly, or like being brought up, like exactly. And it's like people want to gaslight you to thinking like, okay, it's not that serious. You should let it go.
And the sad part is, these motherfuckers who's gaslighting don't even know what the definition is.
Exactly.
I love when people be like, "Oh my god, you gaslight me."
Oh my god,
like,
I hate when they do that.
Use it in a sentence. Tell me the definition. Like that.
And they'll be like, "Yeah, you took the lighter and put it on the gas." Like, shut up, man.
Give me an example.
So I think, off the top of my head, thinking of a time I've been gaslighted is like one of the people I was dealing with.
Cool.
I confronted them because I found out they were talking to someone else while we were supposed to be exclusive. And like I literally seen the text messages myself. This dude trying to pull up on the girl while he's with me right now. I'm like, bro, like, so I confront them and they're like, no, like, you're bugging. Like, I'm just trying to get my stuff back. So I'm trying to be nice so I can get my stuff back. Like,
what? And you literally saw the whole thing.
I seen, oh, I'm just playing nice so I can get my stuff back. Or like that person is confronting him about coming to see me. He literally told the girl, oh, I was helping my brother. Because he came to see my brother to help us put together a bed. What?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Right. That reminded me when I got cheated on and I found messages and I had told the girl mom and they're like, oh no, Dito, they okay. And as a Scorpio, now I got my information. Now I'm about to prove you wrong. I'm about to really show y'all. Like if I had my old phone to this day, I would screenshot it and send it to myself. And, like, I would, like, block the people, like, who I didn't want her talking to. And then, like, later on, like, she'll leave her phone. Boom. I'm like, I thought I just blocked you. Interesting.
And not just, like, in relationships, like, being gaslighted, like, in friendships and families. Like, even your own family be trying to gaslight you.
Even
like,
coworkers gaslight you. That's true.
Family,
that's true.
coworkers, job. Your freaking bosses try to gaslight you. Stuff like that. Like, people don't realize, your teachers try to gaslight you.
Your teachers to gaslight.
They be like,
even babies.
So God,
Miss, you said 1 + 1. And they be like, no, I told you 1 + 35. Like,
But how does
when
this
we
equal
just
four?
all wrote it down together, like
This is not
you know,
equal
something
four.
stupid like that. But yeah,
Like when people don't get their way, and then they gotta start digging stuff up. I went through this at work recently. Like this coworker, he was having this situation, and he was accusing someone of sabotaging his work. And I'm trying to explain to him, look, man, like you could be right,
Right.
but you could be wrong. You know why it's in between the middle? Because we have no way of knowing which is which. So the best thing that you can do to kind of address that situation is keep a close eye out. He got mad. It escalates to the point where he starts getting an attitude with everyone. So I start checking him on it. And then once he sees that his point is going nowhere and he's not getting his way, now he's starting to bring up, oh, but this person said this person said that, this person, I'm like, that's in the past, so why are you talking about it? And I'm like, whoa, no, we're not talking about that. We're talking about this. No, buddy, you're staring off a topic.
like why
Let's
you bringing
stay
that
right
up?
Here, you know what I mean? Like people do that.
Come here.
Yeah,
People do that, you know what I mean? Like when they can't get their way, you know, they start being like, yeah, but
playing the victim.
when in
bringing up the
1995, you were crying and you wouldn't stop because I wouldn't change your diaper. Like what? Like so because you know what I mean?
And
They get
that's
petty.
similar to the next topic here, or sign. The next sign, sorry. Constantly playing victim.
White people.
If I had a diaper for everybody who played victim, man, you would have called me a daycare.
I be seeing that a lot at work, especially like when it comes to like the whole politics aspect and stuff. Like they be trying to justify their stances on stuff, and it's like, but okay, if you're not racist, but that bothers you so much. Why does that bother you so
Especially
much? But
with
you're
the
not
Charlie
racist.
Kirk thing, that joke is,
You know what I
that
mean?
joke is hilarious to me.
Like I don't understand.
All right,
you know
don't
what I
get
mean?
me started.
And don't get me wrong, you know, I do believe everyone is entitled to their beliefs. To an
Yeah, to
extent.
their beliefs and their
To an extent,
opinions.
because once those beliefs start to affect somebody, like you know, like when Hitler was like, oh, the Jews, you know what I mean? Like once it's like that, now it's like yo, bro, you know what I mean?
You get a clock, and you know what you do with
No,
it.
But
yeah.
if it's like, oh yeah, like look, I don't agree with you, F you, or you know, like you, I always said this too. Look, you could be racist, you could be racist all you want, but as soon as you come over here with that shit, like now you got to get stomped out. You know what I mean? But the point that I'm trying to get at is that, like again, like people be like entitling themselves to certain things, and then it's like, but I'm not this though, but I'm not that. But it's like, okay, but if you're not this or that, why do you feel that way? Why does that bother you so much? Like recently, I saw a picture of Beyonce. She did like the blonde hair thing,
Right.
and she like straightened it out, and then they put it next to Marilyn Monroe. All the whiteys was mad. All the whiteys
Yeah.
was super mad, and I'm like, why does that bother you so much? Like, why can't you just be inspired by Marilyn Monroe? What's the problem?
Same
You know
as
what
the
I mean?
Bad Bunny situation right
like,
now.
what is the problem? You know what I mean? If you're not racist, why does it bother you so much?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But the whole constantly playing victim mentality, like,
Yeah, and then when they get called racist, oh, how dare you?
It's definitely rooted in trauma and things that they're like not healed from. People like are afraid to like change things. Like, don't get me wrong, that used to be me. But now it's like, yo, like I would sit there and like be really like, I don't need to change certain things, like in relationships or friends, and then like obviously that didn't get me nowhere.
Right.
And then now watching it back, like the things that I've done to people come back to me, I'm just like, oh, you need
got
a
a
hug.
taste of your own
Right.
Like,
medicine.
yes, I did, but it's like, sometimes it's not even like anything serious, and I'm like, you're fucking dramatic. Like, you cannot be seriously like really sitting here like every day of your life, like with the situation with my ex-friend. Like, I'm like, bro, you call me to complain about the LGBT community that you're in, then you also complain about other stuff, and I'm like, so what's gonna change?
Right.
Like, I'll get calls like, oh, I gotta pay my phone bill. I gotta pay my credit. Okay, but then pay it. Oh, I hate the standard of how the gay community and the men, like, have their, you know, their types. And I'm like, then change. Like, you aren't somebody's type. Like, change to be your own type or something. I'm like, or it's like, go out and meet people. You're talking about how, like, you can't find somebody. Change. Go out. Do something. I refuse. I'll come home from school and I'm like, all right, Kat, I'll see you later. I'll be back 3 o'clock in the morning, stumbling through that door. I refuse to stay in the same place. Ever.
No,
Yeah, that victim mindset is definitely a lot of people's downfalls for sure. But I just learned, I feel like I learned recently that it is a survival mechanism for some.
No, it definitely is.
Some,
It definitely is.
Not them Karens, though. Them Karens,
Nah,
y'all some other stuff.
They different breed. That's like the final balls times 10.
Right, like I feel like something like that, like with the Karens or like people,
because those are
lines.
people. Yeah, those are people that are used to getting what they want.
Like,
Yeah,
And
by
it's also,
doing what
it's
they
also
want.
very
By playing
harmful
victim.
and dangerous.
yeah, those are the spoiled brats that like evolved.
It
Like
that
there's
definitely
spoiled
is
brats,
a dangerous thing.
There's spoiled brats and there's basement babies.
But I feel like there's also people who have a victim mentality who just, like I said, use it as a survival mechanism and like they do it as a form to protect themselves.
Yeah.
But that also could affect your relationships.
The relationships from jobs or wherever they could be. But Kat, what about you? What you got?
What do you mean?
You play victim?
No, like I mean,
I
like,
was gonna say I never played
no,
the victim.
like how many like times have you witnessed like victimism, like besides like
Like a
relationships?
victim mentality?
Yeah, like friendship wise or like
trying to
family
think
wise.
if I ever
Like
experienced
and
it
how
myself.
did that affect you, Tate?
I don't know if I feel like I have, but I can't think of a moment right now.
Probably in
Like
relationships.
no, but I think it was more like in French, like people that I have known, playing victim. I think we had a situation that we could talk about. We don't have to say her names.
You can say
No,
Sally.
but this person pretty much wasn't realizing that. And you know who they are. This person wasn't realizing that they were the root cause of their own downfall. You know, of their downfall in this situation being played. Whereas, like, you know, this person was going to one person telling them one thing, and then to this other person telling them
Flipping
another
that story,
thing.
yeah.
And now you got two people mad at each other because you caused it and you involved both of these people. So it's like, and then you sitting in the middle of it all like, oh, but, you know,
That too, the involvement.
like, you caused it, so now you gotta fix it. And, you know, and basically, you know, you're pretty much playing victim too, by trying to say, like, you know, nobody's picking my side, like, nobody understands
But and it
me.
also happens with like the involvement too. Is like you play like 8 stories for 8 different people, so nobody know what story is really real. So it's like, okay, now like I'm gonna play victim over here, but I'm gonna like tell certain people the right story. Now everybody's getting different information.
There's a whole, like, different ways that people do the victim thing, like you said, where it's like how Jenny explained it, where it's like they already come with that past trauma. The one that you explained, where it's like, you know, it's almost like they doing it, but they don't know it.
Right.
And then there's people that know it and think they could get away with it. Yeah, but so the next one that I have here,
Before you end that topic, right?
the
I
victim
was
mentality.
gonna say, honestly, I could even say that I've seen it in myself. You know, like like when somebody puts you on the spot, like somebody puts you on the spot, and you're like, you know, you just hop on the defense, like, no, but you know what I mean, like,
Then
you're
you
calling
look
me
back-
out,
yeah, then you
like,
look
how
back on
dare
it
you
later.
disrespect me? How dare you call me lazy? Or how dare you call me that? When it's like, you know,
That's
like,
what
yo,
you
bro,
are.
like,
You know, that's
but that's the situation.
That's what you are.
How do you want me to put it? You know, like, you know.
But it's like you don't. It's like I understand what you're saying, but it's also funny when like after that conversation you go home and be like really like kind of like self-dwelling that shit. You be like, damn,
Maybe I was one.
like damn, like shit. That was me for real. Like damn.
Yeah.
But that could also kind of be a toxic trait too, you know, like, how do you say that? Like when you're trying to son people, when you're trying to like parent people, you know what I mean? Like kind of like saying like, yo, bro, you know, you got to get this and that together, you know, and it's like you're coming from a
micromanaging?
place, but you're coming from a place of like, you know, like you're trying to project your views onto that person.
Yeah, that's called micromanaging.
You know what I mean? Like, not understanding that, that person sees things a whole nother way. You know what I mean? Like you're like, so it's called self-righteousness. That's what it's called. Like, some people be thinking my way is the formula, it's the blueprint,
only way.
And it's like, like, there's other ways too. Like, you know what I mean?
And that's something else our parents had as well, where it's like, their way was the right way. Mm-hmm. But they needed to also realize that it didn't work, because at the end of the day, we're all not perfect here, and we're all now struggling with certain things.
Times
like,
have changed.
Exactly. And times are different. So it's like, you gotta change with the times. You gotta go with the flow. Whether,
everybody's
you're
open-minded
or not.
until they're not,
Right.
Exactly.
Like, they want you to be open-minded, but they don't want
or
to be
they're open-minded until it's gonna affect them in their own situation or their own family.
Yeah. Or even when it doesn't. It's like when you're like affected but not affected. Like when, like, for example, me, like, I don't live with mommy. It's like, even now, like, she still wants to, like, know what I do, or like, oh, are you gonna do, girl, what I do, I can get a face tat right now. That has nothing to do with you. Mm-hmm. It's like they choose what, like, benefits them. It's like what my mom say it all the time, like, don't be me, be better than me. But I'm like, how can I do that if you still are managing?
You're trying to clock me. You're trying to clock everything I do.
You're managing me from the shadows. Like, I can't grow without you. I can't grow with you. So what the hell am I gonna do?
Right.
I don't want to be a basement baby. I keep telling y'all that.
And how are you going to experience if you don't?
And that's what I'm saying. I'm 25 and I don't know how to drive. The whole New York trip about to be my second first experience.
But that's a parent. That's a lot of parents. Especially obviously, I don't want to be that parent, because I had that parent as well, where it's like, it's almost like they want you to experience life, but they don't let you grow at the same time.
They don't want to
or if you are experiencing
you.
life, exactly, or that too, or they want to experience it with you.
Or they want to,
but they need to realize, like, you're not going to be with them for the rest of your life. Like, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of parents want redos too. Like, a lot of people have kids to redo.
To relive their
life. Like,
what they didn't experience.
Right,
exactly.
There's always, like, let's say you have 10 kids, all right? Your first kid got to be your best kid, okay? Your fifth, we'll see. The first 4 has to be the greatest. Anything after that is kind of like your recycled kids. Like, the first 4, the first 4 has to be the best.
We were mistakes.
Like,
You're definitely not playing.
Like, I know I wasn't playing, and I noticed that because it's like, damn. I can't. Like, my mom like, I used to do this, and I'm like, okay, we're not the same. I love you, but we're not the same.
And that too, like we said, it's not the same time. We gotta treat things differently because of the time that we're on and stuff like that. So, the last one I want to talk about is the compulsive liar.
Ooh, is it getting hot?
Definitely dealt with that one.
And we talked about
definitely dealt with that one.
Foremost.
I felt like it got hot.
He said compulsive liar.
I know a situation about this where this person, and you guys know who this person is.
Okay, who is it?
Right.
We're not gonna say who it is.
We're not outing people.
John Doe or Jane Doe.
I know it's. Let's get uncomfortable. We're gonna get uncomfortable where,
respectfully.
We're trying to be respectful.
Confidential with it.
Exactly. We're trying to be confidential when it comes
John
to
and
names.
Jane Doe.
Unless I really want to put you on the spot.
Oh, I want juice.
Which we'll get there one day. But this person, I remember they would do this thing where they would like lie for even like the stupidest thing. Like, for example, I bought this cup. And the cup looks like it was like $300 cup, to put it that way. Why would they buy that? I don't know. But a $300 cup, and they'd be like, oh, but I got it for the price of $1, and I went through this and that, and like, you be like, this whole story of how they got the cup, like, it's not that serious. Just
the name.
You know what I mean? Like,
you can cut this out. Like, I know exactly what you're talking
everything
about.
is always like almost seeming like I don't know if that person wants to seem like they're better or what it was.
Like
It's being
privilege.
pretentious. That's called being pretentious.
Yeah, because it was always like everything was like a whole story, and you could tell that they were lying because of how.
Did they pretend a lot?
No,
Or like
because of how they would explain things. Like you know, I'll be like, it took me 20 minutes to swim over there, and they'll be like, it took me like 5 seconds, and like exaggerate the lie. Like,
yeah, that's being pretentious. That's like a person that's like, let's say I drive a Kia. So if you're like, yo, I'm looking for a really good car, you know, like what car would you get? And instead of being like, yo, Toyota's like the #1 brand, go for a Toyota, I'll be like, yo, Kia, because my Kia has a 5-liter turbo, and mine's is 1 of 50. Like that's
and my car can fly.
Like everything that they do is the best. Everything that they say is the most important.
Or you remember when the kids used to be like, oh, my cousin's famous, and then you'd be like, who? And they'd be like, oh, you don't know him.
Exactly.
and it'd be like Chris Brown, and it's like, Chris Brown is not your cousin. And like
but you don't know them?
And then they were like, or like the van.
A lot of people did the Chris Brown thing, that knowing Chris Brown. Why? What? Chris Brown don't even know you.
Or when their claim or like clout chasing thing is like, yo,
we hate Chris Brown.
I know Michael Jordan's uncle's brother, bro.
Who had a dog.
Like, you don't know Michael Jordan, though, so who cares? Like,
but I know the dog, though. Like
I used to babysit for the
like
the kid that was related to something crazy.
Yeah, and it's like, but you don't know that person, so who cares?
Or the vampire one, where like when freaking Twilight was out, it'd be like,
yeah, you gotta be careful what you say.
Honestly,
50 months.
Compulsive liars have issues, boy.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're very manipulative. Like, you don't have a reason to lie.
They don't.
Especially when they lie about stuff that they have no reason to. Well, you shouldn't lie in general. But when you really have no reason to lie, like, that's just so manipulative to me.
But I think it's because, like,
unless it's to the cops. You can lie to the
they
cops.
That's not compulsive, though. Like,
I tried that, and I ended up having a hearing.
Nah, you ever heard of the Shaggy argument? It wasn't me.
They don't like themselves.
That wasn't me.
That's when they lie. Like, oh, like, I got, let's go band for band. Bitch, you don't even got $5. Mm-hmm. But it's like, they'll go band for band with that play money.
And that's the thing, too. Like, and we spoke about this in one of the podcast segments. When you lie about one thing, you got to keep up with that lie. And you got to remember that lie.
This is why I don't have
like, some people are good at that, though. Some people are, especially these compulsive liars. There's a lot of them that remember their freaking lies and will tell you the same freaking story the same way.
They have to until they believe it.
And that's the toxic trait. That's what I was gonna say. This person that I was talking about is so bad or good at lying. I don't know. They're so used to it that they believe. I swear, this person believes their own lies. Like, I swear it's a mental thing, and they automatically believe their own lies. Because they do it so much and to a point where it's just like you're just looking at them like.
Now it's like, now you
just start laughing, like, because you know it's a lie.
Thinking, like, is anything I'm saying even real? Like,
you're just sitting there knowing that they're lying. This person I'm talking about, you knowing that they're lying, and you just sitting there like.
But I'm gonna keep it real. We're also dead wrong for letting this person lie and not holding them accountable for it.
Exactly. Now, my question to y'all is, do you consider yourself toxic?
I'm hella toxic, and I'm not afraid to show it. I'm toxic.
What's the toxic trait you can say you have?
I got like 5. So my toxic trait, which is also a good trait, is I'm observant. So it's like I'll observe shit, and I'll like observe like every terrible thing like someone does or say
against them.
Yeah, I'll save it. We keep it in the vault.
Yeah, so that is toxic.
We keep it in the vault because I love when people say like, oh, what they did for me. I'm like, oh. Like, so remember when you had me? Like, I'll bring it out.
Throw it in their face?
Yeah, or I tune out when I hear bullshit, but I also remember bullshit. So it's also like I'm tuning it out. Like, somebody can tell me a bullshit story, and I'm like, you fucking lying, man. But you know, and I'm like, I know that they lying. And I feel like people know that I know that they're lying, but I'm gonna let you have your moment. That's 2. My third one is...
enable the bullshit.
I'm an enabler, yes. My third one is I laugh. Like, I will laugh in your face. Like, you can tell me something serious, and I might act like I will laugh in your face. Like, that is my toxic trait. Like, I will laugh in your face.
But you think that's toxic, though? Like...
No, it's like toxic where it's like, I'll sometimes like throw in a knee slap or like
That sounds more like you're insensitive.
like sometimes I really
The
am.
toxic trait is he's insensitive
Sometimes I really don't.
Yeah.
to sensitive topics.
Sometimes I really don't give a fuck. Like they be like, yeah.
You cheated on me.
No, actually,
Yo,
if
I
you watch,
cheated on you.
if you
That's crazy.
actually, yes, if you watch How I Catch a Cheater, I literally says that. But anyway, I am insensitive to some stuff because I feel like I don't care enough. And one, I feel like you should know I don't care enough about it because you also don't care. So why should I care if you don't care? We both should not be caring.
Note to self will teach you some tactics to unlearn those behaviors.
What about you, Jerry? What about you?
I mean,
Do you think you're toxic?
hell no.
Really?
Nah, because I feel like I be like, you know, I'm good
Nah,
at
because I think
supplementing
everybody
people.
has some type of toxic in them.
Yeah, but it's kind of like
So you
saying
get to me.
All right, it's kind of like saying, you know how like some people have enough of something to where you could diagnose them with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and some people have it, but it's not that serious. You know,
Right.
I think that, you know, I wouldn't say I'm toxic. You know what I mean? Because I genuinely wish people the best. You know what I mean? And I'm always there for people. I'm always giving people, you know, like the clothes off my back. You know, and I'm always being honest with people. You know, like I'm always, you know, I always put myself where I need to be, and I know, you know, like I know I never remove myself, and if somebody does me dirty, I don't be wanting revenge or nothing.
Yeah.
However, that's to an extent because sometimes I can be petty, and it's mostly at work. Like, you know what I mean? Like at work, like
Work petty
like,
is different petty.
I remember
sometimes.
I remember one time all the lead did was he was talking about a situation where. So, like, I remember one time someone name dropped me, like, using me as an example. And just because I didn't like the person, I went through, like, a whole bunch of records. And I looked for stuff that was out of place that he was supposed to be paying attention to. And then I brought it up to the management. And, you know, so, like, all because he name dropped me. He didn't get me in trouble or nothing. He just used me as an example. I didn't like it. So I'm like...
And we just
bet.
want to point out that Jerry works around a bunch of old white men. Majority.
And I do admit I have an impulsive problem. Like sometimes it could be with spending, you know. Like I'm good with money, but sometimes I can go overboard.
Yeah.
And be like, dang, yo, you know what sounds cool right now? A PlayStation 5. And then it's like, dang, I'm on a PlayStation 5.
We gotta be about
You know what I
Jerry
mean?
when
Don't
he
even,
wants
don't
to.
even let me bring up that jacket.
Yeah, the
When
jacket.
he wants to be
yeah.
an what is it? I was gonna say
Like,
impulsive. I was gonna say
Yeah.
explosive.
especially with cravings. Like I be having that problem too. Like sometimes I be
Oh,
like,
that we had that
like-
problem too.
Like
you know
we'll
what
cook,
sounds
like
good
we'll
right
cook
now?
and still get McDonald's.
Yeah.
It's
It
that
is
process.
because it goes against it's
Yeah,
it's a
that's an
detriment to me.
impulsive
Okay.
thing.
You know what I mean? I
It's
think
a-
it's a detriment.
I
to me.
mean, look at me. That's an impulsive thing. That's a toxic trait for a
Okay.
person. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I have that too, though. The impulsivity. I can't even talk.
That's a big
to
word
that.
for Elmo.
Impulsiveness to buy stuff sometimes too.
Okay, maybe it runs in the family.
But
We
I
all
think
do.
in a sense, like how Jerry said, I think I'm the same way as Jerry, where it's like I'm not the type to sit here, even in a breakup, for example, like I don't got time to sit here and play revenge and be like try to get you back because you cheated on me. And have I thought about it? Yes, I have thoughts. I have had toxic thinking, but I never acted on it, to put it that way. Like little stupid stuff. Yeah, we have all done like little stupid toxic situations. I think my toxic trait though is more like, I want to say more like getting. It has to do with my anger, to put it that way.
Her anger. No, cause she act like she don't want to. She don't know her stuff. If she mad at Jason,
I'm gonna be mad at everybody.
Man,
Everybody's gonna
I came out
be.
here one time. I said, "I'm like, Kat, what you making?" She make my job. I see what she making, but I just want to know. She's stirring the fuck out of
My
spaghetti.
toxic trait is I don't know how to control.
Fucking
Well, I know how to control my anger. It's just like I'm gonna take it out on everybody
Yes.
If you're
projector.
just
Yes.
don't be around me when I'm mad. That's just it.
It's to the point. I'm telling you, if I see Cat in that corner slamming them dishes, you know what?
Dang, Catherine.
Jay,
I know that, right? I ain't know she was like that.
Man.
Jay opens the door and goes back in the room like, oh,
Cat, and I can feel
Cat
it.
is mad. Let me go back in my room.
And I'd be like, I've been needing favors too, and especially like when we had the car, I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I gotta go to work in like about an
And
hour.
then Jay's mad because somebody got me mad.
I'm like, fuck is wrong with y'all, man? I be mad because like now y'all fucking up my plans. Like I gotta go somewhere in an hour, and I can't ask Cat.
I was scared to ask her.
Because man, she done drove me to work mad, and man, we usually ride with music, so I'm over here going. So Cat, how's
Trying to feel the silence.
and Cat, like mind you, Cat speed, but I'm like, damn, Cat. Like I'm gonna put my seatbelt on with Cat because I know I'm be straight, man.
We might die tonight.
I'm sitting here, look, got my hand on the what's the name? I'm like, got my hand on the just in case.
Like, we
But
might.
to be fair, everybody has a breaking point, man.
No, yeah.
Like, especially when you're an easygoing person like we are, you know, and people be testing you.
Like some people,
You
some
get
of
to
y'all
that
bring
point
the
where it's like,
toxicness
bro,
out of us.
hold on a
Like
second.
we want to keep it in, but it's
I
like
be
it
trying
just
not to be a
comes
crash
out.
out because I know.
And that's what I was gonna say. Like, I don't think I'm a toxic person now.
Now,
But
hence the now.
in my past long-term relationship, I feel like it did get to the point where I was being toxic, like because I was getting hurt and stuff. So then I felt like, all right, I want to hurt you back. So now I'm about to start doing crazy stuff, and it got to the point where I'm just like, I could see it, I'm escalating, I'm getting out of character, doing things that I wouldn't do to people. So when I was dealing with my ex, right, he got me so mad. I trashed his room. Like, I trashed his room real bad. I trashed his room so bad. And then I just sat there and I was like really contemplating putting my hands on him and stuff. So I was like, all right, like, that's not like me. Like that's not right. Like, this isn't who I am. I shouldn't have to deal with this kind of stuff. And that's when I decided, like, all right, I need to end things and walk away. But I continued to be toxic after that with 2 more people. And then I went to therapy and it all changed. And now I'm a changed woman.
Therapy.
And now your man benefits from it.
Now.
Oh shit!
I'm just kidding.
You know, there's only so much we could change about ourselves.
No, yeah. I feel like in my relationship now, maybe, I don't know if this is toxic, but like, I like that. He stays inside. He be on his game. He stay inside. I'll go outside for us. You know, I go out, have the fun. You stay home. I don't know if that's toxic.
But that, no, I think it's more
it's
like
healthy,
whatever.
But if it was different, like
If it would be toxic if he didn't want that, I guess. I guess it's
Yeah, no,
like
he
in
doesn't
that
mind,
sense, it's
but-
more like what works for y'all. But I was gonna say when you was talking about the relationship stuff, I think a lot of relationships also bring out the toxic side of us because it's like we're not trying to be toxic, but or not necessarily that. Not in the relationship. I mean, it will be more like we bring it to our new relationship now because we've been hurt so bad in the past where it's like now we jump into a new relationship and we're still carrying those angers or whatever that happened. And then when this person does one thing similar to that other person that you dated, now you're questioning and you're doing all this extraness. I've seen that happen too, where you do all this extraness because you went through that in your past.
Right.
And
you didn't heal
you
properly
know,
from it.
exactly.
But also, I feel like in my case, like the people I dealt with after, like they were also toxic too. And I would try to do a little, let me go into this wholesome and like, you know, not bring that baggage over, but then they would bring it out of me too.
yeah,
Like,
and it be like that.
but also at some point, you know, you have to hold yourself accountable too. Like you got to be like, all right, where am I doing wrong? Why am I putting up with this? Like, you know, you got to kind of self-reflect on those things.
I think one thing I can consider a toxic trait of mine too is I be like liking the idea, and I still have this problem like with people that I tend to like is I be liking the idea of what I want them to be versus what they really are.
So you kind of overlook a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and then that makes me end up like kind of like, you know, ending up with not horrible people, but like, you know, cases that don't work out in my favor, you know.
Right.
Because it's like, oh, but she sold this, she sold that, she sold, and then it's like, but she's also a piece of shit, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
you know.
mine will be more like when it comes to a relationship, I guess it's like the idea of expecting a person to be a certain way or already creating a mindset of what the relationship is going to look like.
Right.
You know, come into a relationship with that expectancy, to put it that way. Like,
But like, also, did you communicate those expectations?
that's what I mean. Like, the communication wasn't there. So it was like, you know, when we got to that point, that it had to be communicated, because now,
I gotta sneeze. I know.
Banana.
Keep going. I'm sorry.
because now I'm getting upset over things that I expected should have happened and didn't. You know?
Yeah. Okay. So
Well-
lack of communication could have been a toxic trait.
Yeah. Lack of communication, I feel like, is in a lot of relationships. Like,
A lot.
yeah.
Hey, I
Because
can
they
even
be
say
married-
I can
they be
even say
married for
my
25
own
years.
relationship. We've had lack of communication.
Yeah.
Like,
I
Be
have
married
it.
for
I've
25
had it in
years.
my own too.
And then they be like, after the 30th anniversary, they be like, I don't want to be with you no more. I felt this way for 20 years. You didn't think to tell me this
not
20
funny,
years
but
ago?
like,
You know what I mean?
like, why are you even settling? Like,
I had a problem like that too, where it was like when I was hurt by the person, and they still had me on their social media, I would like post subliminals,
Oh yeah.
but acting like it's just me
don't
posting
get me
it.
started on this. Oh my god, I used to be subbing left and right. I might as well should have just said his name on them posts that I was making,
Could have
bro.
been at him at that time.
Oh my god, I used to be wilding. Not anymore, guys. Right, we're reformed now. We're
We're
changed.
reformed toxics. I think if you are, you know, experiencing yourself being toxic, like you know, getting help, you know, like Jenny
Start
said,
with
going to
accountability,
therapy.
self-awareness.
Self-love.
There you go into
Right.
yes.
You gotta I feel like definitely accountability and self-awareness are the biggest ones. Like, and then obviously going to therapy too could help.
Yeah,
Like,
and
because you can learn
self-love.
you can learn
Coping
tools to
mechanisms.
learn that those type of behaviors and stuff like that.
And this is why y'all should follow Note to Self, because they also touch base on a lot of the stuff, you know, how to work through a lot of the issues that, you know, we go through within ourselves.
Right. You learn all these harmful cycles that we tend to
So
have in
that's-
society.
Yeah, that's a lot of what their podcast is about. You know, even though we're uncomfortable over here, they bring out the good part of
We
it.
bring out the discomfort, but also find a solution for
Yes.
that discomfort.
Yes.
Like,
They give you a hug right after. The uncomfortable, the mom and the stud do not give you a hug right after.
We put it out there raw.
Yeah.
you sit with
You're
that.
gonna
You
take
sit with
it
that
as
emotion.
is.
Raw and chafed
You
up.
either like it or you don't.
You sit with that emotion, and then you go listen to Note to Self's podcast and figure out how to move about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but with that being said, follow us. Let us know in the comments.
Are
what
you toxic?
what is your toxic trait?
Yeah. Are you toxic? A little bit
What
of
is your
everything.
toxic trait?
Have you experienced
And don't be lying
toxic
either.
people?
Don't be lying.
I know we opened up to you. Open up to us.
Open up your toes to us.
But
Tell the
yeah,
whole side of the story. Don't tell one side.
follow Jerry on social media. We'll
We'll tag him at
tag
the
him in the
bottom.
bottom.
We'll tag
in the comments.
Jenny and her
Note to Self.
Note to Self.
And yeah.
And you better follow us too on all platforms. And with that being said, I'm a minister. Let's get uncomfortable.
I'm a minister.